What's going on, guys? It's Bandit FX. Today is July 1st, 2021. This is my London session breakdown for July 2nd, 2021. This video should be posted around 12 a.m. Eastern Time. So let's take a look at gold here. Um, Gold on the daily time frame, you can see we're in this kind of demand zone that we were in previously. So a lot of consolidation here before, and this is exactly what we're doing again, is consolidating pretty hard. And it just so happens that tomorrow is NFP. So I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if gold still ranges during London session. I would expect a very, very hard break. Moving into the New York session as soon as we do get the non-farm payroll. So let's just mark these zones out anyways, so we're prepared for when that does happen. So we have a resistance up here at about 1790 on gold, and we have a support down here at 1760. It's very sloppy on the daily time frame, so I'm going to be adjusting these levels as we go. But just to keep in mind, this is where we're at. Let's break it down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, we came hard at this huge sell-off here, almost formed kind of like a double bottom, and we are coming back up into that previous range as well. So, you know, like I said, price is going to continue to range most likely until we do get um, the news for NFP. So let's just mark out some recent levels. We got a recent support right here at 1772, 1771 on the 4-hour time frame, which happened to be the bottom of the range previously, more or less. It's not the cleanest range in the world, so it's kind of hard to mark out a very, very clean level. But our most recent support and resistance has been at 1771. So I do expect us to be coming up to the top of this range here again. Um, That'll probably happen before New York session. But taking a look at the 1-hour time frame, we do have a resistance here. Our most recent resistance is at 1780. It's important on gold, since gold is in dollars. 1780, like round numbers, are very, very psychological numbers. So it's where price tends to stop. Notice how we were just at about 1770 and we formed a support. Now we're at 1780, formed a resistance, things like that. Basically, the overall resistance on this time frame is just about 1790 at the top of this range. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're trading things like gold. It works for most pairs as well, but typically more when things are priced in dollars. So let's look at the 30-minute time frame. Taking a look at the 30-minute time frame, we still have the same levels here going on. If you look into the left, it's not the cleanest. It's not the cleanest. I wouldn't be anticipating to take a buy once we break the high because of how sloppy this range has been. Trading a range that isn't clean is not something that you guys really want to do, especially because we just broke to the downside and came back up into the range. So this was a fake out to the downside overall. So I don't know if we're going to get any good, clean traffic here in London session, especially leading up, the day of NFP. So we're going to see what happens. But if anything, I would say, guys, trade careful. If you are going to be trading gold, I would advise against it just because of the time of day and the time of the month it is, in regards of how close it is to NFP. So, um, yeah, I'm not even going to chart this out really any more than it already is. The only thing I'm going to say is that, actually, I'm going to go ahead and delete this level. I wouldn't even touch gold until we come to this level. We're looking for sells off 1788, 1790 in this area, and then buys here. If we're going to trade this range, if we're going to trade gold, if gold makes it up here during London session, trade the range because price is going to range before NFP. It's very, very unlikely that we're going to get a break before then. So, um, if you do start to see a rejection up here in this area, that is what we're looking for, is a sell position. So price is in a sloppy range. Very, very sloppy range. Um, like I said before, guys, I don't really like trading gold on low time frames. It's just not something that, I feel comfortable with. It's just because the highs and lows of candles don't really get respected that well in regards to price action trading. So it is a little bit trickier than trading something like pound yen. But on the higher time frames, it does seem to be pretty clean. So we're gonna look at sells at 1790. Now this isn't a direct number, it's not 1790. It's if we see a rejection up here in this level. Now this could be, 1790. It could be 1796. When we start to see that huge rejection on lower time frames, what you guys are gonna want to do is just look and see what happened previously. We had price come up, we started to have a little bit of a range form, and then price flipped over. Same thing here, a little bit of a range, price flipped, um, failed to break multiple times, then price flipped. So if you see that momentum dying from the bulls, and we start to see candles print side by side, things like that, and then we start to make lower lows, that is your confirmation to take sells. But I would not be taking any trades in the middle of this range. It's just way too risky. There isn't any clean price action to base it off of. Um, I mean, the only thing that you'd be doing right now if you were taking buys is you're anticipating the fact that we are going to go to the top of the range. But as far as a safe bet, I would say wait till we reach the top of the range to take sells, providing that happens before New York session. So, um, yeah, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and mark this up real quick. And we have one more thing. Buys here at 1771. That's what we're looking for as long as we form a support. Buys at 1770. So we're trading the range. The reason I say 1770 and not down here at 1760 is because the majority of this range has been, or the majority of this range has found support here at 1770. So if we do see price come back down and start to form a strong support, lower time frames, possibly a double bottom, something like that, then we can anticipate price to continue upwards with a stop below the low of the candle that you see the rejection on. So same thing with sells. If we're coming up here, we start to get rejections. You're gonna want to put your stop loss above, where price currently was. So if we were anticipating this to come back down, stop loss up here. If we were anticipating this to come back down, stop loss up here. So same thing. But yeah, guys, that was my London breakdown for gold here. Not much to it. I don't really think we're going to see too much clean price action out of gold leading up to NFP. But if you like the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Once again, I'm going to leave my Discord link in the description for the Bandit FX Discord. We have about 370 members now. We do analysis on the New York session, London session, Asian session, crypto session. Well, not crypto session, but we do crypto analysis as well. And we post trade recaps, profits, things like that. And we also have New York live streams every morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. So if that's something you guys are interested in, just go to the description, click the link, and accept the invite. And I will see you guys next time.